It says, the earth is the Lord's. Isn't that good news today, by the way? All the trouble we see, everything you see in the news, the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and has established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, inward and outward, who hath not lifted up his soul to vanity and sworn deceitfully, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O God of Jacob. Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord, strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah. As you look across this valley, you see this wall. You see the corner down there. That's the pinnacle of the temple where Satan tempted Jesus to cast himself down off the pinnacle of the temple. It was about 240 foot off the valley wall at that point in time. And as you go north from there, you'll see that gate that's blocked up there. Here we're sitting on the Mount of Olives. All of this prophetic, you want to put a picture together in your mind of all of these things. There's a remarkable history here, and of course that is thousands of years back to Jebus, back to Melchizedek in Salem, but back to Jebus, the Jebusite city, and then here. Zion was actually a bit south of the Temple Mount. That's why he says, beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north. The temple area was north of where the Jebusite city, the city of the great king. Holy to Christians, Muslims, Jews. 692, when the Dome of the Rock was built, they took that gate, the East Gate, the Golden Gate, the Mercy Gate. There's about a 16-foot structure it was blocked up with because Muslims believe that before Messiah can go through there, and they know Jews and Christians believe Messiah will go through there, that Elijah must come first. That's what it says in Malachi, and that's what the Muslims believe. And they believe that he is a descendant of Aaron's line. It is in their tradition. So they blocked up that wall, doorway, gate. Through the centuries, hands change, different things take place. We come to about the 1500s, and the walls of the city are rebuilt. It's interesting, this wall on the eastern side, even Josephus tells us when Herod rebuilt the city, there was still a remainder of the wall on this side. You'll see on the western wall, the Wailing Wall, the huge stones. This side, there were still small stones from Nehemiah. Some think from Solomon still, that there may be still some stones on this side from Solomon. They debate that. And Herod rebuilds the city. It goes through this history. And then Suleiman, when he rebuilds the walls, he rebuilds them on the foundation. He builds gates on top of gates and walls on top of foundation walls. It's interesting. It says her foundations shall not be moved, the city of Jerusalem. So we have this all set up. It comes under the Ottoman Empire. And in 1917, very interesting, when General Allenby was going to come and tried to take the city, his concern was he didn't want it to be destroyed. He didn't want it to be ransacked. So he wired headquarters in England and said, what should I do? I want to come in and take Jerusalem, but I don't want to destroy any of the holy sites. I don't want to destroy anything. And the wire that came back to him from England was not a message or an affirmation. It was just a verse. They wired him Isaiah 31, verse 5, where it says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. So Allenby read that and thought, passing over, what do I do? So he got, now this is 1917, so he got every kind of plane, and there weren't a lot of different kinds then, every junker, everything he could get, and he had a mass, one of the largest flyovers, flew over the city and dropped leaflets, dropped flyers in Arabic all over the city that said General Allenby was asking them to get out of the city, that he was coming and didn't want war. The very interesting thing is, first of all, they had never seen planes like that, let alone that many, so everybody's stunned and freaked out. And when they read the flyer, they thought it said, instead of Allenby, Allah Beh, which is God's son. And they thought all the flyers falling down out of the sky said, God's son says, get out of the city. This is a miracle. And they moved out in droves so that when Allenby came to the gate of the city, he got off his horse and he got on his knees at the gate of the city, and he thanked God because he knew a miracle had taken place. And the city then was preserved. As modern Israel then comes in possession of the city, I remember I was in a shopping mart. I was 17 years old, 1967. It was in a Jewish neighborhood in Philadelphia. I'm not a Christian. I don't know anything. An announcement comes across the PA system in the market. The Jews are back in possession of Jerusalem and of the Western Wall. And everyone around me that was shopping stopped. The whole place went dead. Tears were flowing down everyone's face. I remember the impression it made on me, and I had no idea what it was about. I wasn't a believer. I was a 17-year-old kid. But when they come back in possession of this city. Now, 1969, an archaeologist named James Fleming is working by that eastern gate that's all blocked up. The Muslims, believing that Elijah would come through, that he was of the line of Aaron, there's a cemetery in front of it. To defile it, they know a priest would never go through a cemetery. They blocked up the door, put a cemetery in front. They wanted it to be defiling. They wanted it to be blocked up. They don't want Messiah coming through there. James Fleming's working by that gate, and he falls through the ground. And under that gate, there is a gate either from Nehemiah's time, some feel maybe Solomon's time, and it stands open under the ground that you can't see. If you think I'm making it up, you get Biblical Archaeological Review, 1989, the January-February issue, page 30, and see for yourself. That's a very interesting fact to hold on to, because as we come to our day and we sit here now, this is what we know when you've gone through the land. Jesus Christ is coming. We're told that many places. The Battle of Armageddon, we looked at the valley, but for 1,600 furlongs, the armies will be around Jerusalem. The Kidron Valley, Kidron means black, because that valley ran with the blood of 200,000 lambs in the day of Jesus Christ. It ran with the blood of all of the sacrifices. When Jesus comes, he comes from the east to the west in this direction. His brilliance is destroying the Antichrist and his armies. You and I will be coming from that direction with him. He will touch down on the Mount of Olives here. It says when he touches down on the Mount of Olives, it will split in half. Half will move towards the north, half will move towards the south. And when they did the soundings for the Intercontinental Hotel up there, they found a fissure running through. Surprise, right? The mountain is just waiting for the right foot to touch down. And then Jesus, with the armies of heaven, goes down into the Kidron to cross over into this valley and up towards that gate. Now, the 24th Psalm was sung every first day of the week, every Sunday. So what we call the triumphal entry, just think, Josephus tells us that the psalm was sung antiphonally. That means some would sing one half, some would sing the other, so that when Jesus on Palm Sunday is coming into Jerusalem weeping, we're told convulsing in Luke chapter 19, beginning at verse 41, and saying, if you'd only known this thy day, the things that belong to thy peace, but now it's going to be left desolate. And he's sobbing and he's weeping. And as he's weeping, there's a song that's being sung. Josephus tells us some of the priests are down in the valley in front of the wall. Some of the priests are up on the wall. And the priests are singing, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, he'd established it upon the floods. And then it seems the priest on the wall would sing, well, who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Who shall stand in the holy place? The priest in the valley then, he that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul to vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. Then they would all sing, this is the generation of them who seek thy face, O God of Jacob. Then the priest in the valley would sing, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Jesus is weeping. The priest on the wall then sing back, who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. On the wall the priests are singing, lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Again on the wall, who is this King of glory? Then altogether the Lord of hosts, he is the King of glory, Selah. But you have to understand that wasn't really the triumphal entry. The triumphal entry will be when he comes with us from this direction. His vestures already dripped in blood from Basra, from Edom, trampling out the grapes himself. The day of vengeance and of his own redeemed is in his heart. He touches the Mount of Olives. It splits in half. He descends into the Kidron, where the blood is running to the horse's bridle. Imagine his horse crossing the Kidron. And it says then, we're told in Revelation chapter 16, the city with an earthquake is divided into three parts, and the city is lifted up. If the city is lifted up, then you have those gates that are open under that east gate pushing up out of the ground. Then you have, lift up your heads, O ye gates. Be ye lifted up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord, mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Be ye lifted up, your everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of armies, the Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah. What do you think about that? Take a look and think about it.